रि ग मग सा 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 रे ग म प म रे रे ग म प द प ग ग ग म प द नि द म म म प द नि स नि प प प ध नि स नि स द द द नि स रि ग रि नि 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 सा रि ग मग सा 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 नि द प ध नि द प म प द प म ग म प म ग रि ग सा ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ സഹസ്രാരത്തിൽ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ സഹസ്രാരത്തിൽ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ ഇച്ഛാശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ ഇച്ഛാശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ നിർമ്മല സ്നേഹത്തിൻ നിറകുടമാവും അമ്മ തൻ അരുമ കുഞ്ഞുകൾ ഞങ്ങൾ അമ്മ തൻ അരുമ കുഞ്ഞുകൾ നിർമ്മല സ്നേഹത്തിൻ നിറകുടമാവും അമ്മ തൻ അരുമ കുഞ്ഞുകൾ ഞങ്ങൾ അമ്മ തൻ അരുമ കുഞ്ഞുകൾ കലിയുഗത്തിൻ കരിനിഴൽ മാറ്റും ഉജ്ജ്വല പ്രകാശം ഞങ്ങൾ ഉജ്ജ്വല പ്രകാശം ഞങ്ങൾ കലിയുഗത്തിൻ കരിനിഴൽ മാറ്റും ഉജ്ജ്വല പ്രകാശം ഞങ്ങൾ ഉജ്ജ്വല വർണ്ണ പ്രകാശം ഞങ്ങൾ ഉജ്ജ്വല വർണ്ണ പ്രകാശം ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ സത്യയുഗത്തിൻ പൂങ്കാവനിയിൽ വിടരാൻ വേമ്പും പൂമൊട്ടുകൾ ഞങ്ങൾ വിടരാൻ വേമ്പും പൂമൊട്ടുകൾ സത്യയുഗത്തിൻ പൂങ്കാവനിയിൽ വിടരാൻ വേമ്പും പൂമൊട്ടുകൾ ഞങ്ങൾ വിടരാൻ വേമ്പും പൂമൊട്ടുകൾ ലോകം മുഴുവൻ ഒന്നായി മാറ്റും ജന്മം കൊണ്ടവർ ഞങ്ങൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടവർ ഞങ്ങൾ ലോകം മുഴുവൻ ഒന്നായി മാറ്റും ജന്മം കൊണ്ടവർ ഞങ്ങൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടവർ ഞങ്ങൾ ദിവ്യമാമി ജന്മം കൊണ്ടവർ ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ വിശ്വനിർമ്മല ധർമ്മത്തിൻ വാഗ്ദാനകളെ ഞങ്ങൾ വാഗ്ദാനകളെ ഞങ്ങൾ വിശ്വനിർമ്മല ധർമ്മത്തിൻ വാഗ്ദാനകളെ ഞങ്ങൾ വാഗ്ദാനകളെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഭൂമിയിൽ നിന്ന് മിന്നിത്തിളങ്ങും നക്ഷത്രക്കൂട്ടങ്ങൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ഭൂമിയിൽ നിന്ന് മിന്നിത്തിളങ്ങും നക്ഷത്രക്കൂട്ടങ്ങൾ നക്ഷത്രക്കൂട്ടങ്ങൾ ഞങ്ങൾ നക്ഷത്രക്കൂട്ടങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ സഹസ്രാരത്തിൽ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ സഹസ്രാരത്തിൽ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ജന്മം കൊണ്ടൊരു കൺമണികൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ ഇച്ഛാശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ആദിശക്തി തൻ ഇച്ഛാശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ ബാലശക്തി ഞങ്ങൾ
जय श्री माता जी। எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். நம்ம எல்லோரும் மிகவும் பணிவோடு ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி மெதுவாக குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி வந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. சந்தோஷ சித்தத்தோடு குழந்தை நிலையில் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட திருக்கமல பாதத்தை பார்ப்போம். மனதார கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய மூளைக்குள் வாருங்கள் தாயே, எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள், எங்களுடைய கவனத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள். மூன்றையும் தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. மூன்றையும் ஒருங்கிணைப்படுத்துங்கள். இன்றைய தியானம் தாங்கள் இஷ்டப்படி நடத்திக் கொள்ள வேண்டும் தாயே. நாங்கள் உங்களுடைய அறியா பிள்ளைகள். எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான அறியாமையை முழுமையாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள். இன்றைய தியானத்தில் தங்களுடைய அன்பு சக்தியை உணர எங்களுக்கு தகுதியை தந்தருடுங்கள். தங்களுடைய அன்பை உணர ஆசீர்வதிங்கள் தாயே. மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கண்கள் மூடிக்கொள்வோம். கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரம் 2 உள்ளங்கையில் வைத்து அமைதியாக நம்மளுடைய இன்றைய நிலையை கவனிப்போம். இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் என்ன உணர்வோம்னு கவனிப்போம். கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நிலைநிறுத்தி 3 மகாமந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. ओम त्वमेव त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। गणेश मंत्रम्। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ఇడానాడి తూய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். இடது கை மடி மீது இருக்கட்டும், வலது கை பூமி தாய் மீது வைப்போம். கவனம் இடாநாடி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய இடா நாடிக்குள் வாருங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய இடா நாடியை பாதிக்கிற எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறைகளையும் பூமி மார்க்கமாக நீக்கி விடுங்கள். எங்களை தூய்மைப்படுத்தி எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ மகாகாளி ஸ்ரீ பைரவரோட எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. கவனம் இடா நாடி 2 உள்ளங்கையும் சகஸ்திராரத்தில் கவனத்தை வைத்து தூய்மை அடைய காத்திருப்போம். கால பைரவாஷ்டகத்தை கூறுவோம். கவனம் இடா நாடி. देवराज सेव्यमान पावनांग्रि पंकजम् व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरम् नारदादियोगिवृन्द वन्दितं दिगम्बरम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भानुकोटिभास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं परम् नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थदायकं त्रिलोचनम् कालकाल अम्बुजाक्षमक्षशूलमक्षरम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे शूलटङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणम् श्यामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं निरामयम् भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भुक्तिमुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहम् भक्तवत्सलं स्थितं समस्तलोकविग्रहम् विन्निक्वन्मनोज्ञहेमकिङ्कनीलसत्कटिम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकम् अधर्ममार्गनाशकम् कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुम् स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे रत्नपादुकाप्रभाभिरामपादयुग्मकम् नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनम् मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्टभूषणम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहासभिन्नपद्गडाङ्गकोशसंस्थितम् दुष्टिपापनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकन्धरम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भूतसङ्गनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकम् काशीवासलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुम् नीतिमार्गगोविन्दं पुरातनं जगत्पतिम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம் வலது கை மடி மீது இடது கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கி வைப்போம் श्री माता जी தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ மகா சரஸ்வதி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமானா தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய பிங்களா நாடியை பாதிக்கிற எல்லா விதமான எதிர்மறைகளையும் ஆகாய மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள் எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள அதிகப்படியான உஷ்ணத்தை வாயு மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே எங்களை முழுமையாக தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ மகா சரஸ்வதி ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமானோட எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே கவனம் பிங்களா நாடியில் வைத்து தூய்மையடைய காத்திருப்போம் यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम् आञ्जनेयमदिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनीं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वम् अरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च श्रीहनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत् साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः இடது கை மடிக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம் இரண்டு உள்ளங்கைகளும் மடி மீது கவனம் சுஷும்னா நாடி श्री माताजी दयவு செய்து எங்களுடைய சுஷும்னா நாடிக்குள் வாருங்கள். எங்களுடைய சுஷும்னா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. தடையில்லாமல் வைத்திருங்கள். முழுமையாக திறந்து விடுங்கள். தியானத்துக்கு தேவையான சமநிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள். கவனத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்தி தியான நிலையில் நிலைநிறுத்துங்கள். எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ மகாலட்சுமி ஸ்ரீ கணேஷாவோட எல்லா குணங்களும் சக்திகளையும் தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ மூலாதார சக்கர சுவாமினி. தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவத்தை நிலைநிறுத்துங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ கணேச தர்வசேஷை கூறுவோம். ஓம் நமஸ்தே गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं हृदं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं मामवक्तारम् अवशोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात अवपुरस्तात् अवउत्तरातात अवदक्षिणातात अवचोद्ध्वातात अवाधरातात सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्त तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकार पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार शान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः नित्युद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैर्सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयाथौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो रात्रपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் மூலாதாரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். குண்டலினி மாதாவை மனமார வணங்கி ஸ்ரீ குண்டலினி கௌரி மாதா மந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कुंडलिनी गौरी माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. மெதுவாக ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரங்களையும் கடந்து நம்முடைய கவனம் ஆக்யா சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஆக்யா சக்கரத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள். எங்களுடைய ஆக்யா சக்கரத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய ஆக்யா சக்கரத்தை பாதிக்கிற எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள அகங்காரம் மமகாரம் கர்த்தாபாவம் அகம்பாவம் எல்லாவற்றையும் முழுமையாக நீக்கி விடுங்கள். மன்னிக்கும் சுபாவத்தோடு எங்களுடைய ஆக்யா சக்கரத்தை நிரப்பி விடுங்கள் தாயே. சிறந்த குணமான மன்னிக்கும் சுபாவம் எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள். மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ சஹஸ்ரார சுவாமினி. श्री माता जी श्री आदिशक्ति महामहेश्वरी महामहाराज्ञी महात्रिपुर सुंदरी सकल सौभाग्य प्रदायिनी எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள். சஹஸ்ர கமலத்தில் அமருங்கள். எங்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நமஸ்காரத்தை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள் தாயே. புஷ்ப தூப தீப நைவேத்தியத்தை அர்ப்பணம் செய்கிறோம், ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். தாங்களோட ஒன்றிணை நிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள். அதில் தான் எங்களுடைய சேம சௌக்கிய ஆரோக்கியம் அடங்கியிருக்கு. ஒன்றிணை நிலையை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. முழு கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரம். சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி திரு கமலபாரம் சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்கள் திறந்து சும்மா சொலிவை கேட்டு உள்வாங்கிப்போம்.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. அன்னையின் சொற்பொழிவு நேற்றைய தொடர்ச்சி.
You have to be there with all these things that are going on. Now, people are frightened, you know. Even of Saj Yogis, they are frightened of Saj Yogis. They see somebody negative, oh, this thing, that. Take a fight with that person. Take a fight. How could you dare do this, such a thing? You are a Saj Yogi, come up. What do you mean by this? You have to fight. As long as possible, you should try to salvage a person, talk to him in that manner. The other side of it is that when they come to you, then there has to be a kind of a tremendous sincerity. If you are doing with that sincerity, people will know you are doing with sincerity. When you talk to a person, they should know that sincerity, your heart is there. For example, you may talk to that person very sweetly, but your heart may not be there, and the person might think, oh, he's just seeking elections. All right? But if you talk to someone with a sincerity, you say, how could you do such a thing? Can't you see yourself? Can't you work it out? That's what it is. You are here for that. Now, in saying so, your sincerity, which is coming from your heart, is to be seen. And that's what is Sri Rama's character is. That he was on the right side of the heart. Means the heart put to activity. Do you understand that? Where Kabira has said, Mana mamata ko thira kar lao. I will make my compassion of my heart, mana, from my heart, the compassion, make it steady. Or pacha hi tattva milau, and put them into 5 elements. See, in the same way, when you are in the left heart, that's your sincerity. It's your heartfelt thing. But the heartfelt thing, what's the use? You see, there are many Sahaja who really feel this world is horrible and something must be done, Sahaja must be brought in. But how many of you are really putting that to action? Absolutely into action. Without that, your Rama's Tattva cannot be improved. Rama's Tattva is only improved when you put all the things into action that exactly Sri Rama did. So in the ascent of man, when he came up to Rama's place, the advent of Rama was not in the center but on the right hand side. He moved aside. So much so that he forgot about his past. It's never mentioned that he is an incarnation. He never told his father, he never told his mother, he never told anybody that he was an incarnation. Of course, it was evident that he was. His brother knew about it. Now he had 2 brothers. Very interesting. I mean, he had other brothers also. But Bharat and another was Lakshmana. These were 2 brothers were with him. Now they show the 2 sides of a human being. One was Lakshmana, and he was that fiery type, you see. He couldn't bear anybody misbehaving towards Rama. He couldn't bear anybody talking in a very mundane type to Sri Rama. And he used to get so angry with all these people that he would just come out like a big thunderbolt on anybody who tried to say anything about Sri Rama. Even Parshurama, who was there, a contemporary incarnation of Sri Rama himself was Parshurama. It's a very interesting story about that. But he could not bear Parshurama in any way is the Shesha, as they call it, the serpent which sleeps in the Bhavasagara, on which Sri Vishnu rests. The same Shesha had taken birth as Sri Lakshmana. Now for a Western mind, you see, to them snakes are sort of, if you talk about snakes, for them only they know the Adam and Eve snake, that's all, they don't understand anything. And they can't understand why people worship snakes. You see, snakes are like cobra and all that, they are like the kings, you see, they are the kings of the underground. And Shesha is the one who supports the whole universe. So this Shesha is worshipped, as the cobras are worshipped in many villages in India, even today. You see, because they don't trouble anyone. Because they are like deities, are worshipped in India. And they don't sometimes they do, but mostly they do not bite a good religious man. There's a story of Sainath, where what do you call it? snake charmer, was given lot of money just to kill Sri Sainath. And he, because Sainath used to in the night suddenly go up to his own swing he had made about 30 feet above the ground. God knows. Nobody knew how he used to go there, but they would find him sleeping up there. So the snake was taken by this snake charmer, and he put the snake onto Sainath. And the snake went there, and Sainath talked to him. And he said, "Oh God, you've come here to meet me after such a long time. And what is your job?" He said, "This horrible snake charmer has asked me to bite you. So I've come to tell you, be careful about these people." This snake charmer was looking with amazement that he was talking to him. He said, "All right, you go now." He talked to him. These are age-old snakes, you see. So the snake went and bit the but then he came down, you see, from his thing, and he sucked his poison and threw it. Because after all, you see, he said the snake is angry with you because he tried such a trick. So he sucked him. That's compassion. That's compassion. And he sucked his venom out, and the fellow was completely changed. And he said, "Now I'm going to announce it to all the people what these Brahmins tried to kill, that they wanted to kill Sri Sainath. And for why? Why were they so frightened of this man? He used to live outside the village, and they were so frightened of him because they were doing all wrong things in the name of God. So they were all frightened that they will be exposed. So this is what it is, that he sleeps on the Shesha. And Shesha is the one who is sometimes expressed in Sahaja-yogis, I've seen, as anger, when you try to be non-protocolish, or when you try to be funny, or you don't behave yourself. That's the Shesha in them. That is also sometimes needed. You have to be a Shesha sometimes, because otherwise people will start misbehaving, and by that they will be harmed. Not that I will be harmed, but they will be harmed. So that kind of temperament is also needed. But the other one is very interesting, is that of Bharata, the brother. He showed how Sri Rama bestowed the kingdom to him because of his mother's agitation. And he didn't know what to do. So because he went back to Rama and he said that you take back your kingdom, I don't want anything. You are the one who should govern. Why should I have it? So Rama said, all right, you just be there in charge of the kingdom. I have to obey my father. I have to obey my mother because I have given them a promise. So Sri Rama's another great quality was once given a promise is to be kept. This is another quality we have to have, that if you have promised anything, you have to keep it. If you have said, I will do this, you must do it. You should not find out excuses to avoid it. It's absolutely an anti-God activity to avoid doing things that you have promised. Your deities will never be happy. You must see that whatever you have promised, you must do. Now when Bharata was sent back by him, he said, all right, give me your sandals, which I'll take there and I'll use them as if that's a symbol of you being there. And he put those sandals on the throne and he ruled that kingdom and looked after Bharata. Though he was, when he was going to see Rama, then Lakshmana saw him coming and he said, look at this, he's coming here to invade you now. He has thrown you out of the kingdom and now he's coming to invade you. So this is also I've seen among Sahaja-yogis is that the Sahaja-yogis who are like Shesha cannot see also the goodness of other Sahaja-yogis who are very good people, extremely sacrificing, nice people, but their intentions are not understood or misunderstood, which is a very sad thing. You must see the intentions of another type of people also, who may not be so hot-tempered, may not be so much angry, but their intentions are very good. They have come actually to ask for the sandals of Sri Ram. So among these two type of people I have seen, there is always a bit misunderstanding going on. So both the types of people should try to understand that we both are needed for Sahaja Yoga. I cannot only do with one type of people. We have to have both type of people who look after both the styles of the thing. But when you are dealing with others, one should go as one. For example, if a person is, say, coming to Caxton Hall and he says something, then you should weigh it whether he's a new one or an old one. If he's a new one, then you must show all gentleness, kindness, all kinds of exterior things which will please him. The reason is he's not a realized soul. He doesn't see your subtle thing. What he sees is what you are outside. How you are dressed, how you talk to them, how you behave towards them. All these things they see first. They don't see what you have got inside. They can't see your heart. They can't feel your vibrations. So you have to be very kind to them. You have to be very sweet to them. I received a letter from someone saying that the Sahaja Yogis have been very, very rude to me and have been angry. Like the other day, somebody came who was sitting at the back. They are trying to salvage the, what you call, the people who are lost by the cults or whatever it is. He was sitting at the back, and when I said come forward, and he didn't come, so you said you get out. You should not say. Let me say. That time you should keep quiet. Nobody should say get out if you are not going. Because you see, the thing is, if you say we don't care for people who are not humble, then they are going to be lost in any case. Let us give them a fair chance. Let us give them a fair chance to come into Sahaja Yoga, first by your behavior. Now some people have a habit of sort of talking to them a bit too much. They should not talk. That's one thing I feel, that while giving vibrations and all that, at the most you should ask, are you feeling any cool breeze? With one thing I feel, that while giving vibrations and all that, at the most you should ask, are you feeling any cool breeze? With very humble way. And this is another quality of Sri Rama, is a sankoch. There's no word in English language, because you have formality, which is a very insipid word to describe sankoch. Because there is no integration between your heart and formality. But if you can think of a formality of the heart, then what do you call that? What will you call in English language? The formality of the heart.
Sincerity.
Huh?
Sincerity.
No, sincerity is different. It's an action. Sincerity is an abstract thing. But formality from the heart. You see, how to say such a thing?
Honestly, Ryan. Honestly.
Huh?
Honestly, Ryan.
What is it?
Honestly.
What is it?
Honestly.
No, not honesty. These are all abstract words. In action. You see, say, so for example, now I'm sitting, now they bring me a cup, alright? It's a broken cup, for example. You go to somebody's house, it's a little broken. So, if an Indian is there, I don't know about Western side, he'll eat, he'll drink it up. He will not say anything, it's broken already. But maybe somebody might say, it's a broken cup. It's broken. Or say, you go to somebody's house, see, and you don't like a color scheme or something. So, for an Indian person, it would be not proper to immediately say like that. For an Indian. The formality of the heart. You see, not to say something in such a way that you touch the wrong side of the person is sankocha. Now, to such an extent, Sri Rama had. That there's a good story. I think I said it before also, but again I'll repeat it too, which is described in the another Ramayana written by Tulsidasa. Though Tulsidasa was not a realized soul, but some points he has brought out very well. He says that Sri Rama was putting the arrows into the against the heads of Ravana, and he had 10 heads, and he had a boon that every head that falls off, another head will come up. He had a boon like that. So his brother says, what are you doing? You know that he cannot die by killing him, by putting the arrows across his head. You have to put it in his heart, otherwise he will not die. So the Sankocha comes in him, and he said, see, in his heart he has got my wife, because he loves her, and she's sitting in his heart. How can I hit him in the heart? She'll be hurt. See the delicacy of his understanding. So he said, then by hitting his head, is he going to be killed? He said, you see, attention, once it is going towards his head, his attention will be withdrawn from his heart. And once the attention is withdrawn, my wife will not be there anymore, then I'll hit him and I'll kill him. So see this Sankocha. You see, then you will understand that how we are rude and arrogant. You see, this kind of arrogance and rudeness comes to us because we have no Sankocha. We should not say everything to everyone. We need not. Should we say everything? Say, for example, in your puja, maybe you are doing something which should not be done. I know it's wrong. Unless until absolutely wrong, I will not tell. I said gradually tell that. Because otherwise, you become like this. She tensed up. You must see Linda's face if I tell her anything. She goes into. So, you see, that Sankocha, that understanding comes if you love someone and understand. Now you have to love all the seekers of the world. They have done wrong, they have done all kinds of ego trips, they have done all kinds of mistakes, but your mother loves them and you have to love them. If they are to be corrected, I'll do that. You just don't do that way that they feel hurt. Put a Sankocha. While talking to each other, educate yourself. Train yourself to say things which are sweet and nice, which will make another person feel that this person is a properly brought up person in Sahaja Yoga tradition. So we have a Sahaja Yoga tradition also, in which when we speak to each other, we have that Sankocha within us of Sri Rama. And if you do not have that Sankocha, you get the right heart. And that right heart is a very dangerous thing in a country like England where the climate is so bad, because it gives you a horrible thing called asthma. I'm not frightening you, but it's true. You get asthma if your right heart is gone. Not necessarily that asthma all comes from only right heart, it can also come from center heart. But you get right heart, you definitely get asthma. So the attitude, you see, like your father. I've heard people talking to father also in such a funny way. You can't talk to your father like that. They talk to me also very rudely. I mean, I've seen people, Sahaja Yogis, shockingly sometimes, on a very mundane level, or you can say on a very unprotocolish way, you get into right heart. So this Sankoch, one has to learn. The Maryada means the boundaries of your relationships. You see, we love each other doesn't mean that we go on aggressing others' privacies. To what extent you love each other doesn't mean that you go in such a way that you try to transgress all the beauties and all the privacies of another person. See, somebody walks into the bedroom, that is not the way Sahaja Yoga. I may not tell, but you must knock if you have to. And knock at a time when you need it. All the time to knock or to hang on to someone all the time is not. Sankocha is a complete cultural stuff. So we have a cultural tradition which we have to learn from Sri Rama. He is known for his Sankocha every time. How to say this? I cannot say. We have this very much ingrained within us. The children are to be educated in that way, and once they are educated that way, they will learn the Sankoch. And that will give them a proper understanding of social life. Like you now see, this light is here. If you put your finger to it, it might burn and you may remove your finger. But if you are with another person, and if you try to take liberties with that person, a day may come when that person will misbehave or will harm you or do something to you. But still you will not realize it is because you have no Sankoch it has happened. So this Sankoch has to be worked out very beautifully in every way. In thanksgiving, in accepting somebody's gratitude, in expressing your love to another person in a way that is a Sankoch. Now, Sri Rama is known for his boundaries. He doesn't cross the limit. Yesterday, the other day, I told you about food, that you don't cross the boundaries of food, like being compassionate to the bugs and to the mosquitoes. You see, in the same way, in everything, discretion of the heart should be there. Now, there is no word for discretion of the heart in English language, which is Maryada. Discretion of the heart. Is to understand, say example, if you are rude to your father, what do you gain? You gain nothing. But if you are humble, you might gain over. With your father, all right. Even if he is a bad man. Because what happens in reaction, if you say psychologically, supposing you are a son of a father who is doing something wrong, and you are obedient to him, he will always have a fear that he will lose you if you fall in your ideas. So by that humility, you will raise him. If you are humble, if your behavior towards your parents is like Sri Rama's, there's nothing to lose. You don't compromise in your any principles or anything. In day-to-day things, like that your father is sitting. I mean, in India, if the father is there, you won't sit down before him. You won't sit at any cost. Till he tells you 10 times, you won't sit before him. It helps, you know. Then it reacts on the father that supposing if I misbehave, my child will not respect. So the sense of respect also comes from your heart. That's only possible if you know that Maryada from your heart. How far to go? What is the need to be rude to your father? No need at all. At any cost, what is the need? Or to your husband? Or to your wife? Why say anything harsh to anyone? What is the need? What are you going to gain out of it? By saying anything harsh, I have not seen people have improved. Only when a guru is harsh, or the mother or father are harsh to the children, it helps. Nowhere else it helps. In common relationships, like brothers, sisters, it does not, and higher and lower. The lower person have to bear the harshness of elders if they want to improve. There's nothing. After all, they are not going to throttle you. Supposing even if you say something bad to you, it doesn't matter. All right. You try to, and there one has to remember what Christ has said, that you must put another cheek. So use the heart's discretion, how far to go to a person. In the effect of it, you will be a very, very powerful person. In your family, in Sahaja Yoga, anyway. Those people who are obedient to me are very powerful Sahaja Yogas. You know that. And those who are not, go down very fast. I try to save them by everything. But I've seen those who are disobedient, who don't listen to me, who are rude to me, who do not understand the protocol, go down very much in Sahaja Yoga. Absolutely like that. In a second I find they're going hundreds of feet down. It's true. Because what is lacking you is the discretion, the Maryada, how far to go. And that's another thing we have to learn to educate ourselves. So the education of Sri Rama, as it was, I told you that he could kill a demon with one arrow. You don't have to beat them 108 times. One beating should be sufficient. But you have to be powerful people. And the power of a person increases by putting Maryada. Supposing you have wheat and you just spread it, it will spread all over. Birds will come and eat it all. It will be finished. But if you put them in a sack, it will have a weight, it will have a size, it will raise in height, and it is useful. It will have respect. But the fruit, the thing that is all spread all over, which has no Maryada, will never be respected. Nothing works out without Maryada. Even the light keeps to a Maryada. You have to keep your Maryadas. That is the part of our training. Say, for example, an aeroplane is there, and it is not bound by any Maryadas. See, it is not bound. When it goes in the air, it will all finish. All our ideas of freedom are to be bound by Maryada. If the freedom has no Maryada, it is abandonment. It is nonsense. It is not going to help us. So we have to create out of Sahajogis great politicians. It has been predicted that if Sahaja does not spread, then Third World War is inevitable. People will suffer a lot with Third World War. It is possible to avoid it if people take to Sahaja in a big number. But if they do not, there will be a Third World. And the effects of that will harm people so much that ultimately it is the Sahajogis who will be called for a conference and not the diplomats. The Sahajogis will be consulted and they will decide what is to be done for the world, and they will become the rulers of tomorrow's world. So we must have full idea how to be rulers like Sri Ram. We have to go too far with ourselves, to training up ourselves, educating ourselves, getting rid of our egos, and understanding that we have to grow. It's a very big task, it's a great task, and sometimes you might think, how can mother expect us to do it? But I think you are the people who are chosen for it, and you have to get to it and work it out. So we have to train up ourselves to be first good rulers of ourselves and the rulers of others. First we must learn to rule ourselves. You see, here in this body only you learn how to rule yourself. Comfort, if you get fond of comfort, make your body work it out that there's no comfort needed. If your body indulges into too much eating or anything, make your body learn that is not good to indulge into. If you speak too much, talk too much, if you are rude, just say that I'm not going to say a word from morning till evening. Take to Mauna. So the tapa is the penance time, is now ahead of us. With that penance, the greatest thing that is going to help you is to go and talk of Sahaja, give the message of my advent, and also talk about how the transformation, the blossom time has come. This you have to do, plus you have to learn how to rule yourself and then how to rule others through your heart, not through your mind. You have to rule through your hearts by learning all the qualities of the heart which I have told you. I must congratulate you for the article you have written on blossom time. I've gone through it, I've really enjoyed it thoroughly. It's done very well, may God bless you. And I think it will have a good, I'm surprised how they have published it. Have they changed in their mind or what happened? It's amazing. Have you seen that article? It's great.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்கள் மூடி சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்களை திறந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நன்றியை கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தியானம் அளித்ததற்கு நன்றி தாயே. நாங்கள் தெரிந்தோ தெரியாமலோ ஏதாவது தவறு செய்திருந்தால் தயவு செய்து எங்களை மன்னியுங்கள். நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி குண்டலினி நிறுத்தி வந்தல் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம்.